Today we'll be talking about self-worth and why this is important, especially when it comes in business and your personal journey. And I have here with me Evgenia Salimova, who is a self-worth expert. So Evgenia, welcome. I heard that you are traveling from India. Right. I believe there has been something interesting happening, especially when it comes to presenting conferences. What are the topics that you bring to the audience, and how is that connected with self-worth? Because I guess it has been quite a journey for you as well to build that confidence and position yourself as an expert and value yourself so you can share it with others as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. And in India it was all about new wave of leadership that is led by love and empowerment of women through their self-worth. So my topic was, of course, how can we unlock our potential with the power of self-worth?
And why do you think people block themselves? Sometimes it's self-sabotage, sometimes it's like we don't believe because we don't see it. But the fact you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. The opportunities are all the time available for all of us. And maybe it takes a little bit of click or something that we have not awakened inside us in order for us to believe and to see that we are worth. And this is where it starts, yeah? It starts from inside. So tell us about your expertise in this journey and how do you help clients when they are lacking that worth and validation for themselves?
Well, first of all, self-worth, of course, it starts from ourselves, and it's a relationship. So for me, in the base of self-worth is a relationship, and the relationship in the base of self-worth. So all the relationship that we have in our childhood would affect the relationship that we have with ourselves, what we can have, what we can do, what we can do, and how much we have. So it's everything about the relationship with ourselves. And today I build a 5-level approach that works not only on our mindset, but also on our soul and heart and energy and action levels, and that impact not only our immediate life, but it's whole our reality. It's about shifting our heart set. It's about shifting full emotional state. And as a result, of course, our reality as whole, and to adjust us to the abundance frequency. Because when we vibrate love, when we vibrate deserving, when we vibrate acceptance, and this is very high vibrations, and this is where we open up to many opportunities and we can actually receive them.
Absolutely, it's all about receiving, but how can we receive if we're not clicking and being in tune with universe that is always hungry to give us so much that we can tap into all the resources that are available out there. But it has to start from the sense of being, yes? Okay. We all want to have, but before we have to be. And in order for us to be that person that we always mirrored or pictured in our mind, when I grow up, I will become this, when I grow up, I will be this. But then as we go through the years, we realize that we are disconnecting these resources from the dreams that we had. So how do we develop that sense of being before we start craving to have?
Well, I think for me, actually, the mask that we wear when we are lacking self-love is the generosity mask. And when we are generous with our time, we try to save everyone and everybody, we have become very disconnected from what we want and from our own desires and dreams, actually. And so more we give, when we start to overgive, we don't have time to receive, because we're always trying to please and help anybody else but not ourselves. So that's why I think the first steps to embody the receiving and being is to be present to ourselves and to just to reconnect to what we want and what we feel and what what is important for us. And we cannot be good leaders actually in our life as well if we are constantly doing everything for others and we don't take care of what is important for us. So I think everything starts from this place where I don't sacrifice everything that is important for me, for others, but I find a win-win.
Absolutely, because you can't give something that you don't have.
Exactly.
But potentially, we all have big assets inside us. Potentially, we can be the best version and reach big potential for us if we are able to go deep inside us and recognize that we have a gift. First, you have to recognize it. If you don't know you have it, how can you go out there and give it to other people? And then I believe it's very important that you take ownership of it. Because you may have it, you may say, oh, I have it, but some people see on you something that you don't see it in yourself, and sometimes you question yourself, as you know, as an expert. And then we come to a point like, you know what, I don't need other people to give me the permission to be the best version of myself and to value myself, because I can see it now. And when you see it and you take ownership of it, then you can share it with others. Now, in that process, when you, let's say you're sitting with a client and you can see something that they don't see in themselves, and you're helping them to close that gap, how much power self-worth has in this process?
Oh my God, it's like endless power. Because what is self-worth is actually taking our power back and stop giving that power to others in terms of how much, what can I do, what I can do. And this is where this resilience to shame, to fear of rejection starts to build up. And so by unlocking beautiful gifts that self-worth is hiding actually is all about deep connection. It's all about authenticity, deep intimacy in the relationship, in all types of relationship. It's all about expanding our businesses when we own our talents, when we own our gifts. We express it. We express it with a lot of joy, and we know that our gifts can help to many other people. But if we're sitting and hiding them, right, nobody can ever see that.
So true. I mean, I see this everywhere. Wherever I travel around the world, I see incredible gifts that women carry with them, but they're hiding because they're lacking confidence and self-worth, and they are scared, fear of rejection, as you said, and they do not believe in themselves. They feel like, yes, it's not a big deal, I have it, I take it for granted. But we cannot take for granted what is given to us. And it's not given to us to keep it inside, it's given to us to share it with others. And in this way, we can develop even more, because as we receive what universe has given us, we'll keep receiving even more if we use what we have. So in order for us to use what we have to believe it's worth. It's worth to put yourself out there. It's worth to start talking about it. It's worth to share everything you have with your community, even if it is one person. It starts with one. Every guru has been a beginner at some point.
Absolutely,
yeah?
So
what would be your message for people that are listening? Especially, we have a community of women around the world who have these great gifts, but they need to take ownership of them. What would be your message as an expert in this area?
Well, really develop this 4 pillars of self-love through giving the time and attention to ourselves, by feeling worthy and deserving of good things in life, and also treating ourselves as we are deserving that. Build the trust. Trust is being that very person that being supportive, that being the best cheerleader for ourselves, and believe that our gifts can change. Even if it changes one life, it's already an amazing achievement. And the 4th one is about acceptance. Accepting that, yes, not everything always will be perfect, but at least we tried. And what the best thing might happen if we try. And so put our attention on the best thing that might happen.
I love that. What a great message.
And not only
this.
looking for what is actually the worst thing might happen, but always looking what is the bad thing that might happen.
What if it works?
Exactly.
What if it is an amazing success? And sometimes I know people are scared of their success more than their failures, but thank you so much, Evgenia. It has been a great pleasure to have you here in the studio, and thank you for everything you shared with us, and get the message, you are worthy.
Thank you for having me.